for a while there, I was scared that they were going to. Like, they weren't telling us anything, so we didn't know what was going on. But it's all fine.
Well, I'm glad everybody's okay in the crisis.
Yeah, thank God.
How are you guys going to finish your project with Nathan in Oklahoma?
He's gonna work on the table. I don't know what we're gonna do about the coding because we all lost all our progress.
Well, I didn't because I put it on Google Drive.
How did you put your Arduino coding on Google Drive?
Copy and paste it into a Word document, and then you've still got it. All you got to do is copy and paste it back into Arduino.
Did you do that like from the beginning, or did you like?
Yeah, once we got it going, I did. Once we got it dialed in, that way if Jacob wanted to ask any questions to Bob, Zach, or John, he would have it too. So it wasn't for this, but it turned out to be okay.
Gotcha.
You're just an overachiever.
Damn right.
Does anyone else do this on their phone, or do you guys all have laptops that you do it on?
Can you get a laptop?
I can get a laptop.
It would be better if everybody was on laptops.
Okay.
Because we'll talk about it here. I'll give everybody a couple extra minutes to log in, but
see, I'm on my phone, but I have a computer right in front of me.
Well, and it's not crucial today, but like I don't know how to do a lot of this stuff unless we use virtual trainers, you know. So
right.
I might have you guys download some software. If you were on top of your game and you're done with the robotics stuff, then you won't have to worry about that. But I don't know. We're gonna do everything kind of on the fly. The PLCs. Well, hang on. We'll talk about all of it in a few minutes. I'm gonna give everybody some extra time to log in.
I figured these were going to be fun to try and figure out how we were going to finish this.
I have somewhat of a plan, but we're going to have to be flexible. So.
Why does Tyler look all creepy? Like he's just in the dark.
Hey, don't talk to Tyler like that. Quit being a bully, okay? Just sit down for a second, Nate.
I keep having to go back and forth because it won't let me see you and talk at the same time.
This is weird. This thing's weird. Wait, there's a way to pull up. You're on your phone, right? There's a way to pull up all the cameras. That's what I'm doing right now. I see everyone.
On the laptop, they're all across the top of the screen. But every time anybody talks, they come to the center.
Gotcha. I'm pulling up my laptop right now. My laptop is just slow, so it's going to take a minute.
There is a screen called Gallery View where you can see everyone.
Where is that?
That's pretty fancy.
Top right corner.
Oh, I see it. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of weird. I can dig it. I think this is how they advertise it.
I actually didn't know about Zoom until the quarantine.
Well, let's address the elephant in the room real fast. Zach, did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Thanks.
I'm not impressed. We're in the middle of a crisis and you're cutting your hair.
Hey, man.
Some priorities. Is this whole thing recorded? Because I've got a recording button up on the left. It's like it's recording.
I am recording.
Oh, you're recording it?
Just in case I have to like load these up onto YouTube. I'd rather everybody just show up, but I can't expect everybody to be, I don't know. I think I'm just too nice. Like I'm sure other people are just failing students when they don't show up, but it's like how, I don't know.
John. What?
But like, cause I'm basically gonna be full time in my job now that we don't have like actual classes. So I think I'll have to be on my phone for other meetings because I'm gonna be taking my lunch break at 10, so that I can be a part of this.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, this
So
is
is
Aaron.
there? I
Doing
mean,
that
I'll have
currently.
access
Well, I
to.
mean, when we're talking at 10, if you can watch or take notes or whatever you got to do, and then do what you got to do on your laptop later on. I mean, I guess we can get started here and we can address all this stuff now. Hang on, I got to take attendance though.
Okay.
So if you're talking to people that aren't here, let them know that I have to take attendance and it will be part of your grade. It's not going to be a huge portion, but since let me move this so you can actually see me. You can see my beautiful face. What's so funny? Oh, Brady?
I think he's robbing us.
That's creepy.
Creepy, he's got it on hand and so accessible.
What's wrong with having ski mask on, man?
All right.
Cold out here.
Let's start with like Q&A. Because I don't really have all the answers. I'm just trying to roll with things. But if you guys have questions, like people have been asking me about graduation and whether or not you can get in to pick up your projects, like if you left personal things at the school that you got to pick up. I've got that written down to talk to my peeps about what we can do about that. But are there any other questions? We'll talk in a minute about the schedule that I have in my mind, at least of how we're gonna roll with things day to day here. All right, I have to turn Brady's video off because it's really creepy.
I got you. What is it?
So what questions do you guys have? First of all, is anybody sick yet?
No,
No.
I can't say that I am.
Both of my parents were sick. I'm not. I was under quarantine for the past 2 weeks because of it, though.
I couldn't hear you, Aaron. What'd you say?
My parents were sick, and I've been on quarantine for the past 2 weeks because of it. So,
Yeah. Or did they get tested?
yeah, and they came back positive.
Really? Are they Peoria County?
Yeah, my mother went on vacation to Florida at the end of February, and that's probably where she got it.
That's a bummer. Are they doing okay?
Yeah, they're doing okay. They can breathe pretty easy now. It was getting kind of scary for a while, but I think it'll be okay.
Were they hospitalized?
No.
Oh, okay. That's good. Sorry to put you on the spot. I'm just curious how everybody's being affected by this. You're sitting at home all the time and you don't have any exposure to the outside world. Are you guys social distancing?
I still
Yeah.
work. I work at Walmart, so I go out every single day to get to work.
This past week I've been working, but I started I've been having like a pretty bad cough lately, and they told me that I can't come in. Like HR called me. They're like, yeah, self-quarantine for 2 weeks. So the lunch break meetings will happen like 2 weeks. So for the first few meetings, I'll be able to be on my laptop. But yeah, so I got self-quarantine for my job. Fun time.
Well, I hope you guys all stay safe. Okay, so nobody has any questions?
Oh yes. So, I mean, this is for a different class, but we have Dom and I have no access to Arduino, and so I was kind of wondering how that would work.
If you get access to your code, you can use the website to code.
We haven't started our code.
You can
Right.
download Arduino for free.
Oh, it's free?
Yeah.
Free. Go to the Arduino website. Doesn't cost a thing.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
And then my question is, like, we won't need that powerful of a laptop to run the simulations, would we?
I don't think so. Here, let me, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
One of them is this robot run. And that's for those of you who have robots, labs left to do. It's not going to be easy. This software is pretty cool, but you have to make sure you have the right Java version and all that stuff, which I was going to get into this stuff on Wednesday because that's the day, but anyway, I don't know what it takes. Are you talking about like RAM or I don't really know.
Like, it's not going to take like a gaming computer to run it, right? It's going to take like a normal,
Oh
probably
yeah,
like. All right, cool.
my work laptop is pretty. So this one's 30 gig or 30 megabytes. Yeah, it's not terrible. We'll walk through that stuff on Wednesday. So my plan today, week to week, is going to be the same type of schedule that we had in person. I got to finish taking attendance here. So like Mondays, we'll talk about PLCs. Tuesday and Thursday, we'll do the 2:30 class, which is really going to be interesting without having those trainers. And then Wednesday, we'll talk automation. And then Fridays will be a mixture of both, whatever's more pressing, probably the PLC stuff. The automation class, how many of you have robotics labs left to do?
I do.
Show of hands.
I have like 3.
I have a few as well.
I think I have like maybe 1 or 2 left.
I got the last 3.
All right. We'll have to work through how to use that virtual software. And then after that, there's some CNC stuff online. You guys can look at that. Is everybody in here? Everybody in here is in, let's see. Except for, yeah, even. Okay. You look at Blackboard here. Can you see Blackboard?
Yep.
I'm going to go into the 231 class. Just so you guys see this and you can get started on it if you want. These CNC learning activity packets,
You can't scroll down till it's done loading.
Yeah, I remember
or it
you
won't
said
load
that.
the rest. Yeah.
I need to make these downloadable.
It also says it needs a username and password for me.
Some things are like
Really?
50 pages long.
Yeah.
How much of the grade are those if I just don't do them?
Well, the thing is, you need them to do the assignment. So what these ones do, and I have them on my computer, but I want to make them available to you guys I don't want you to have to download them and take up a bunch of space in your computer, but I can probably turn them into like a Google Sheets. You guys use Google Drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
So
lot.
do you know that with your atlab.icc.edu account, like you probably have a Gmail account and you have a Google Drive account, whether or not you use it, you have one. Did you know that?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes, I
Nate and
did
I
know that.
use ours a lot. We use ours every time we have to present.
Good. Okay, then I can share those PDFs with you guys on Google Drive, because with our at lab.icc.edu accounts, what do you smile at, Brady? With your at lab accounts, you have unlimited data on there. Did you know that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So, all right, I'll convert those and share them with you on Google Drive. So you can start working on those. I mean, you can look at them now; they're on Blackboard, but it's looking like it might be kind of a pain. Anyway, so you go into the CNC Labs folder, and these are all PDFs. And if we were in the labs, we have trainers that these things will walk you through. Okay, this is how you start it up. This is how it's wired up. This is your interface. It just walks you through really cookie cutter like step-by-step process, and it teaches you how to run a CNC machine. And then it also teaches you some of the background behind the numerical control and where it comes from and G codes and all that. So go through those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 assignments, and then these quizzes, I open them up just so you guys can do you can take these quizzes anytime you want. They're going to be homework assignments. So as you go through those laps, there'll be questions, review questions. You go through the reading. You don't have to do the hands-on part, obviously, but you can go through these quizzes and take them, and then that's something you can just do on your own time as you get time. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. For PLC stuff, anybody have any other questions before we start talking about PLC stuff?
My CNC things, the documents are blank.
Yeah. So apparently when you open those up on Blackboard, if you start scrolling down, it doesn't load for some reason. So that's why I'm gonna share those with everybody on Google
Oh,
Drive.
that's what you're talking about. Okay, all right.
And I think when you share something, you get an email notification. So just keep an eye on your student email.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, cool. I'll get those out to everybody.
By 11:15.
What?
By 11:15. You need to be out by 11:15.
I can probably do that.
All right.
It makes you happy. You know what would make me happy? If you trim that beard and then mute your microphone.
You don't like it?
No, I do. It fits you.
You just jealous of it?
Yes, I am. Mine wouldn't grow in that full. Mine kind of looks like where did Tyler go? There he is. I just can't see you. My facial hair looks like Tyler's. I think we're brothers. All right, what are we talking about? Oh, PLC stuff. Okay. So my plan, since we don't have all the trainers for you guys to log into, and I can't expect you guys to download several $100s worth of RSLogix software, is just to use mine, and I'll screen share and we'll set up this process together. So on Blackboard, there's an exercise. Let me show it to you. Courses, 232. Course content. This one here, you can download it right here in a Word document. But this is the stuff we're going to go through together. If you don't download it, you're going to want to write this stuff down. What I'm going to do is we're together as a class going to go through setting up the processor, getting all the inputs and outputs set up, and we're going to get this process to run the way at the bottom of that document. This says. So up at the top, we'll go through the setup together so everybody remembers how to do that. I'll tell you where the inputs and outputs are wired up. And then we will together, and everybody's going to have to participate in this, write the logic for this process. So it's important that you guys are here and you're all helping and that you're paying attention, because your final, since I don't have a way for you guys to do these projects, your final is going to be, you're going to set up a time with me, one-on-one Zoom, and you're going to tell me how to write logic that will make some process work. The process for your final won't be anywhere near as difficult as the setup we're going to do in class, but you will have to set up a processor. You'll have to input the modules. And if I can get figured out how to, I know that Skype Business has a way that I can let you control my computer screen, so you could actually get on my software and write the logic yourself. Otherwise, you just have to tell me what to do and I'll input it for you. But so make sure you're paying attention how to do this stuff. Everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Your final is going to be, you're going to have to set up a processor and run the stuff that's behind me with your own logic. Okay? You up for the task?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah. So yes, sir.
So, oh, look at that guy. That was a nice picture. Hey, turn your video off again. I want to see that.
He's in his truck.
Yeah, he is in his truck. Let's see. Okay.
Jacob,
Yo,
turn your video off again. I want to see that picture of you.
what picture?
Turn your video off.
Oh,
Hit stop video. There it is.
Stop video.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
hey, how long do I got to stay on here? I'm at a job right now. Just kind of curious what the time frame's looking like.
Hang on. Oh, man. We're going to be going till 11 or somewhere around there. But I'm recording this also, so I'll get you up to speed on a YouTube video. Really boring YouTube video that you'll have to watch for an hour.
Oh, and that's fine.
John already made a YouTube video and sent it to us.
Really? He's got like a. Have you seen his setup in his basement?
Yeah, it has a nice
Oh,
desk
baseball.
setup.
Yeah, he's got like tens of thousands of dollars worth of like studio equipment in there. I have like a PLC set up in my garage. Okay, so Jacob, you just missed the premise behind this class, but what we're going to do, since you guys don't have the RSLogix software, is we're going to run through a process that's on Blackboard under course content, and we're all going to create this process and the logic together to make it run. Okay, and then for your final exam, you're going to have a one-on-one Zoom meeting with me in whatever mid-May, where you're going to write the logic using my software. Okay?
Gotcha.
So we just covered in the last 30 seconds the first 25 minutes of this meeting.
Sounds awesome.
How are you doing, Jacob? Are you sick?
No, just working on a porch light right now, or a post light. So just got done doing some digging.
It's the photo eye. It's always a photo.
It tripped out. No, it tripped out when it was raining really hard. I think it's a bad wire.
Okay, well that's good. Hey, turn your video back on. I don't like that picture anymore. I'm completely kidding. You can do whatever you want.
Start video. There you go. So can you see all of us, Zach?
Yeah, you can either, so up at the top right, if you're on your, I don't know about your phone, but there's speaker view or there's gallery view. Gallery view shows everybody. Speaker view shows whoever's talking. If we get a bunch of feedback while we're talking about this stuff, we're going to have you guys mute your mics. A lot of you already did. But so far, I haven't heard much feedback. And there is a way you can raise your hand. I don't remember what it is. I think it might be under chat, where you can raise your hand and I don't remember how to do it.
Hold on. I just got it all up and going on my laptop, so I'm gonna leave real fast, but I'm gonna join again.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Maybe how do I leave? Oh, found it. Okay, bye.
All right. I guess first I'll walk through this process and show you where everything is on the trainers. And then we'll start going through the setup in RSLogix 5000. All right, so what this is going to simulate is like temperature control, I guess, for like a water heater or batch mixer or something. But selector switch left, and we'll go through these one by one and write down what the inputs and outputs are so you know where they're at. If you turn that left, making that bit true, the entire process starts. And then selector switch off disables the entire process. When the entire process is enabled, the left green pilot light is on. Up here on this guy, there are 2 green and 2 red pilot lights. So this is left green, right green, top red, bottom red. It'll probably be easier to see them once they're illuminated. The prox sensor, we're going to use that as like our stop push button. And this is a prox sensor, this yellow guy up here above the push buttons. The green push button starts the temperature control automation, so that's this start button. The right green pilot light turns on and flashes at a rate of ½ a second while the temperature is being controlled. The water heater turns on and stays on. So this is the water heater, and this is, can you see that thing spinning in there? Did you guys ever see this in class? This thing is spinning.
Yes. Yes, we
Okay, so
did.
this is just the heater and the mixer. So when the temperature process, the temperature control is going on, these two outputs just stay on, and that's not that big a deal. What we're monitoring is not actually this anyway. It's just more for aesthetics because I think it looks cool while it's heating up and spinning. But the exhaust fan turns on at 65% and stays on. So this 3-phase 208 motor is our exhaust fan, and I put some zip ties on there so you can see the rotation. Can you see the zip ties?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our exhaust fan. And it will stay on at 65% while the temperature is being controlled. Now for temperature control, we're going to use a heater, a thermocouple, and a cooling fan to keep the temperature between 80 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm thinking that number is going to change because I've been messing around with the numbers and it's not working too well. Okay, so the heater, the thermocouple, and the cooling fan. The heater is a soldering iron that I put just kind of tacked onto the side of this thing. And it is touching a thermocouple that's sticking out of this box. It's probably hard for you to see because it's pointing out towards the camera. But there's a thermocouple with a soldering iron. So when you turn the soldering iron up, it will read the temperature on the thermocouple. And then this is the cooling fan, the single phase motor. That will be used to cool it off. So basically what we're going to simulate is heat turning on. When it gets to a certain temperature read by the thermocouple, the heat will turn off and the fan will turn on. All right, and during the whole process, this fan's going to be on at 65%. This purple drive is for the 3-phase motor, and this gray colored drive on the left is for the single phase motor. Cool? I think I'm going to adjust a couple things on here, but that's good enough to start. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pull up CompactLogix 5000, and then I'm going to start picking on you guys to let me know what to do. Ready?
Good.
Can you see this?
A little blurry, but it's in.
It's blurry.
Just a little bit. I don't know why.
Can you read all the stuff?
Yeah, I got big old glasses on. I can read it. Oh,
Mine
baby.
isn't blurry at all.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
As long as everybody can read it, then we're good. I'm going to pull up, I'm going to change this. I'm going to pull up this document and I'm going to fill this out myself, but I'm not going to put all the information on Blackboard. You're going to have to write this down. And you're going to need this for the final. So everybody got something to write with?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Why don't you just go ahead and post it on Blackboard? That'd be awesome.
Huh?
Go ahead and post it on
I
Blackboard.
can't do all of your work for you.
Can we take a picture of it once you put it down?
I don't care.
Awesome.
All right. Opening up note now.
There's a good idea. See, now we're thinking outside the box.
Nobody has pen and paper anymore?
I do,
I mean-
but I'm old school.
I'm in my bed right now. Why would I have pen and paper?
But you were at work.
No, I said I got quarantined from work for 2 weeks, but pretty soon I'm gonna be having to take these at work.
They don't quarantine us. They tell us to wash our hands and cover our mouth.
I've been having a bad cough, so I got a call from HR to not come in. So
All right, I'm here. I got it. It's open. What am I writing down?
Yeah. They fired our HR before this happened.
Well, let's just put it this way. You can write down whatever you want, but when you do your final exam, you're going to have a blank program. You're going to have to set up the controller. This is all stuff we've gone over. We're just going to go back over it again so everybody has something to go off of for the final, right? But assume that I just gave you a process and I'm going to say, ready, go. That's going to be your final. It's not going to be anywhere near as extensive as the one that I'm putting on for us to go through together here. But this is what you're going to have to do by yourself for the final. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the controller is a 1769-L32E.
Okay, wait. 1769-32L.
L32E. Can you see the screen?
Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, L.
That's the processor. Revision is 20. Name, I don't care what you call it. I'm going to say ZF temp control. And the description, whatever. I don't care. That's not going to be part of your grade. But the name is going to be what your file saves as, right? Failed to create what? Destination folder. Okay. Cool, brand new setup. Now what do we got to do?
We got to go to IO configuration, right?
Yeah, we sure do. Because these are all your modules under here, and we've got none. All we have is a processor, right? That's this guy, L32E. So tell me how to do that.
I think was it right click on it or is it double click it? Nope. Well, maybe.
Anybody?
Oh, that new module.
New module. Now we're talking. Okay.
Look at them eyes. All right, so I don't know what you got in there, but does this have auto config, doesn't it?
Well, you have to be hooked up to you have to have the right path.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do that now.
What?
My tooth is loose.
I know it's loose, sweetheart. That's a good thing. You have a new tooth grow in behind it.
What? I can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so you went who active?
Yeah, and you won't need to do that for the final, but I went who active up here. And then this is just the network that I have. I'm just hooked straight into the Ethernet with it. So I have this driver set up. You won't have to do that for the final. I'll have that taken care of. And then remember we click on the processor, set path. That brings the path up here to that processor with that IP address. Okay. So I just set the project path. Now I can see if I can do that module discovery. Online. I have all the modules written down and I'll give them to you, but
Why are you downloading?
I have to be online with it to do the module discovery.
Yeah. Oh, so you gotta download your blank? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, these are right, but they don't have the model numbers on there.
And then it right there, 1769, 32 point.
Yeah, so but actually that one is 1769 IQ 32. And that's what you're going to need to set up the processor. So these are right, but they don't have the right info. If we had a newer type of processor, it looks like we could have that easy button where we just input them automatically, but this processor doesn't accept that. Make sense?
Yeah, it just throws in generics.
But it just doesn't have the capability.
All right. Hey, if there's too much noise on my end, you guys let me know. I'll just mute. I got kids eating in the next room. So.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go new module. First one is an IQ 32. And all of these will be 1769 dash, and that's just the Rockwell's product number for CompactLogix processors and modules and power supplies, everything that fits together in that category. So this is what you're going to want to write down because this is what you're going to have to do. IQ 32 is the first one. Now what do I need to do? Remember?
You got it selected. You hit create.
Hit create. Somebody else tell me what to do now.
I forget the slick 5000s. I know the 500s. You just auto create, but
For the slick, you make a name and then go to change the series change and put under data. No, yeah, electronic keying. Under there is disable keying.
That's right. Everybody remember that now?
so not really. Why did you disable the key?
Okay, so the keying is if you tell the processor, okay, you see how it has like series A, revision 3, 1, they have all sorts of series and revisions on these modules. If you were running an actual specific process, you would probably want to put the exact one in, the exact firmware, because older ones might not have the capabilities you want from the newer ones. But what we're doing is disabling that, basically telling it we don't care if it matches up, right? We just want the basic functions.
Okay.
If you don't do that and you don't have the right firmware and revision in there, then you'll get error messages. So that's why I tell you guys just disable it. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, for your name, you can call it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it 24 volts DC.
Is there, where it says vendor, is there any other besides Rockwell Automation who makes PLCs that fit with the RSLogix 5000 programming kit, or?
That's a good question. I don't think so. Normally a different vendor would use their own software. RSLogix 5000 is Rockwell and Allen Bradley are kind of sister companies, I guess you'd call it. They're in bed together. I don't know. That's a good question. I'll find out. But who's the Caterpillar uses Modicon, I think, right? Anybody know?
We used Modicon in the past.
And they have their own software for that, right?
Yeah, Modicon's got its own software. Siemens has its own.
Yeah.
Panic has its own. I know Mitsubishi has its own. Automation Direct. And that's all I've seen in there.
All of the logic and the instructions are very similar, but just the way you set up the process is a little different.
Yeah. But if you read the instruction manual, you'll get her. Well, maybe not, Brad. I'm just messing with you, Brad.
All right, module 2 is a OB32.
Module 2 is an OB32.
Module 3 is an IA16. Module 4 is OW8I.
OW
8I.
8.
That's an analog one, isn't it?
No, it's an isolated AC/DC relay.
Oh, okay.
Next one is an OF2. Did I disable keying on that last one? I don't think I did. So this is analog out. Now with the analog modules, there's one more thing we have to do, right? Anybody remember?
Yeah, we have to enable the channels to 4 to 20 milliamps or 0 to 20 or 0 to 10 volts or whatever.
Right. So these output modules or input modules are gonna, you have to tell it what you want to output, or you have to tell it what you want to look for. So you go to configuration tab.
Is this analog input too?
This is OF2, module number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't remember what I have hooked up there. Okay. This module, the only thing I have hooked up to it is the digital display. It's up top, the 3-digit digital display, and I know that we have to give it 0 to 5 volts for it to display the number we want. Okay, so we want to enable that 0 to 5 volts. And channel 1 is unused right now, so I'm just going to leave it at the default. Okay. The next module is the same thing, 1769 OF2. So this is module 6. Create. Analog out. Disable keying. Configuration. And these are These are the two drives. Okay, it looks like I have 0 to 10 volts on the first one and 4 to 20 milliamps on the second one.
So module 5 and 6 are exactly the same type. They
Yep.
just do different things.
Yep, I actually added a module because I have, right now I have 3 analog outs, and each one of those modules only has two connections. That's wrong.
Did you say 0 to 10 volts on the first drive?
Yep, that's
And zero-
wrong.
Okay.
I digress. They're both 4 to 20 outputs to those drives. Everybody got that?
On channel 0 then?
Huh?
Are they both on channel 0 then?
Channel 0 is 4 to 20. Channel 1 is 4 to 20.
I'm losing my mind.
You
worry
lost
about
it
me.
a long time ago, but it's okay. So this is module 6. It's the second OF2 module. It's a 2-channel analog out. Channel 0 goes to one of those VFDs, and it's a 4 to 20 amp signal. Channel 1 goes to the other VFD, and it's a 4 to 20 amp signal. Okay? That's module.
All right.
Analog out. 2. And then the last module, module number 7, is an IF4. And this is analog in. And that is channel 0 is unused. Channel 1 is 4 to 20. No. Channel 1 is unused. Channel 2 is 0 to 10 volts. Channel 3 is 4 to 20 milliamps.
So channel 2.
I'm going to enable all of them, but channel 0 and 1 are unused. Channel 2 is 0 to 10 volts. And scratch that one more time. Channel 2 is the digital display 0 to 5 volts. And then channel 3 is 4 to 20 milliamps.
What is the 4 to 20 milliamps for?
This is the,
I just forget which sensor it is.
we'll go through all the tags and we'll label them, but this is the temperature probe.
Okay. Also, there's a few programs that will let you create your own ladder logic if you want us to just send you ladder logic.
Yeah, I thought about that, and that one of them is this. It's like a new and improved version of where's it at? It's this PLC Logix. It's like a new and improved version of Logix Pro. Remember that?
Okay.
So it has these pretty cool simulations. But the setup is all the same. It just, I don't know. You can do, there's people. See, this guy's gonna go get on the elevator. Do you guys see the screen or no?
Yeah, but why is it taking so long to get on it?
What happens if the elevator
Blew
doesn't
this
work?
already.
Anyway, so this is like it's like Logix Pro, but it's new and improved, and it's for RS Logix 5000. So the setup is the same.
Is it the one that's $300?
Yeah, that's the problem. Is it's $300, and I can get licenses, but then I'm paying like I don't know, $4,000 for you guys to have your own copy of the software. So what we might do is, if we get time later on, we can do some of those simulations like we did in Logix Pro, but we'll have to do it under there's like a 2-week trial period. Everybody can use it for free, but I don't know who this lady is.
Free 15-day trial.
Ooh, hello. All right, what are we doing? We got time to look at these controller tags. We'll go through and label them real quick. I don't know if we got time for that or not. All right, so let me write these down. So I'm on module 1, channel 1. Channel 0 is the prox sensor. Channel 1 is the green start. Channel 2 is selector left. Channel 3 is selector right. And that's it for that module. Module 2.
1 minute. All right, go.
I'm gonna have to go online to test these out.
All right, so for module 1, we have channel 1 is green start, channel 2 is selector left, and channel 3 is selector right, right?
Yeah. 0 is proc switch. 1 is green start. Selector left is 2. Selector right is 3.
Okay, 0. Wondering which one is the proc switch.
So this is prox, normally open. Green, normally open push button. Selector left.
Closed.
Selector right, is that right?
Yep.
All right, channel 2. Now I'm online and I'm going to go through and see what these are, and I'll stop share so you can see what's going on behind me. All right, channel 2. So this is 24 volts output. I'm going to go through and toggle these bits. And I have wires landed on 0, 2, 3, and 4. Channel 1, I smoked yesterday, so don't use channel 1. Channel 0 is the strobe. Channel 1 is unused. Channel 2 that's the right green pilot light. Channel 3 is the top red push button, or pilot light, I'm sorry. Top red pilot light. Can you guys see those turning on behind me? These ones up here?
Yeah. No.
And then channel 4 is probably going to be the other one. Bottom red pilot light. That's it for that card. Right now I've got nothing landed on module 3, but that might change. Module 4. Oh.
Is channel 0 the heater?
Channel 0 is the left green button, I believe. I'm going to turn it on first and make sure. 4 out. Channel 1. Yep.
Left green button light?
Channel 0, I'm sorry, channel 0 is the left green pilot light.
That's on module 4.
Yeah, it's 120 volt pilot light.
So what is output 2 for?
Data 2, or channel, the second channel, which is channel 1. So that was channel 0. And then channel 1 is heater, I believe.
Touch it and find out.
I will now in a couple minutes. I actually, that's actually energizing a relay.
That was 2-1, right?
Yeah. So that's the heater.
So channel 1 is energizing a relay to energize the heater?
Yes.
Okay.
Why a current draw for the...
Yeah, and I really didn't need to do that. I just thought it was kind of fun. Because I'm a dork. But because the amp draw on that soldering iron is like half an amp or something like that. But anytime, I mean, it's a good habit to run bigger loads off of a relay rather than the PLC, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that does it for that module. Module 5 is an analog output. That is the digital display on channel 0. Channel 0 is the 0 to 5 volt digital display. And this is going to be a weird one. So that 3 volt, I'm going to turn that strobe off. Hi. Do you want to say hi? Sure. Oh, he's shy. This is Bentley. Okay. Here's the weird part about module 5 channel 0. It's actually inverted. So that 3-digit digital display that's up here right now, it's displaying 100. That's actually 0 volts. So when you put 5 volts to it, it shows 0. So we're going to have to do some interesting math to make that work. But we're going to try to make that display the temperature. So if I put, I don't know, 30,000 in there, the range is like 6,000 to 31,000. So 30,000 would be closer to the top level of that range. It actually shows 6. So that's the bottom portion of the range. So it's inverted. So as the numbers you put in go up, the number on the display actually goes down. So that'll be a challenge for us, but we'll get her, right? Uh-huh.
I think he's
Okay, so that does it for that module. 6. I guess I forgot to label that. 5 out. Okay, I did. 6 out. These are the 2 VFDs. Channel 1.
Single phase. Single phase motor.
So channel 1 is going to be the cooling fan.
How are you running the 208 in your garage?
Hmm?
How are you running the 3-phase 208?
Well, I got transformers all over the place, man.
Oh, all right, all right.
No, I'm just kidding. VFDs, you can run 120 volts into it, and it'll output 208 3-phase.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
So that's and then module 6, channel 1 is going to be the 3-phase exhaust fan. Is that what we called it?
Yeah.
So 0, single phase motor, 1, 3.
Can you guys see that thing spinning?
Yeah.
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 Right here?
Oh.
Yeah, you can kind of see it. You can tell that the zip ties aren't moving.
Well, it'd be better if you had a bunch of multicolored ones on there, though.
I'll work on that for you. Maybe I'll put some
Signal
LEDs
fight
on the
speed.
end of the tire wraps.
There you go.
All right, one more module and then we'll call it a day. Channel 7, analog in.
This is a digital. 0 should be a digital display, and then 2 should be that 4 to 20. I mean, 1 should be that 4 to 20 temperature sensor, right?
Yeah, channel 0 is unused. Channel 1 is unused. Channel 2 is the distance sensor. Is that what we said? Yeah.
I thought it was the temperature sensor.
I don't know. We'll find out. Can you see this?
Yep. Making some flambe. Ooh.
I'll be back in like 2 minutes. I got 6 packages at my house.
Oh. Is that what this ski mask was for?
I don't know what we got going on because I had the distance sensor set up too. I don't know where it went. I need to turn that heater off.
So channel 2 on module 7.
We're trying to figure that out. Something's not right here. So I just turned the heater off. If channel 7, let me show you what I'm doing. I just turned the heater off, and we're looking at channel 7, or module 7, channels 2 and 3. I just turned the heater off, so this number should start to go down, I would hope. I'm going to turn that exhaust fan on and see if that helps. Or the cooling fan.
This is considered class 230, right?
Yes.
32, I think.
232 or 230?
232.
All right.
Because in my notes, I got that on channel 7 we had a module 7 we had a 0 to 5 volt digital display, and we also had a 4 to 20 milliamp temperature sensor. So anyone do anything fun in quarantine?
Remodeling upstairs.
I worked, and then the mall closed.
I saw my dad.
Did you say you found your dad?
No, I just saw him.
Oh, okay.
So did
Like
I,
the
but
first time?
I don't know if that's
No,
special
yeah,
or not.
he ran away again.
I might. It's about 5 o'clock somewhere. I might crack open a beer.
What do you mean might?
I don't know.
What do you think I've been
Might
doing
be
this
Rona
past?
time.
What do you think I've been doing this whole time while on the mic? Just kidding. Zach Miller, you look like you're getting paler.
All right, so this is the distance sensor. Channel 2 is the distance sensor,
And channel 3 is the temp.
and channel 3 is the temp thermocouple.
And is channel 4 a digital display of some sort?
Yeah, so I just put the cooling fan in front of that temperature thermocouple and it should be cooling down now. I wish I had an RTD because the thermocouples, they're not super accurate, but we'll make it work. So you see how that temperature is going down on the thermocouple? All right, we know our fan works. All right, one more note before we take off. You see how when I wanted to turn these fans off, I put 6,000 in there?
Yeah.
The range for where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? You might want to write these numbers down too. The range for the analog input and outputs are 6241 is the bottom number, and 31208, 206 is the top number. So if you put in 0 for that bottom number to the output of the drives, it'll give you a 4 to 20 fault. So all the time it's looking for 4 milliamps. It's looking for this number to be 0 hertz. If you get under, I think, like 3 milliamps, depending on the setting, it'll give you a fault, which is no big deal, but then you have to reset the drive. So that's why when you zero out the drives, I'm putting in the number 6,000 because that'll put like 3.8 or 3.9 milliamps on there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So instead of putting 0, which is way down here, which will fault the VFD, I'm putting 6,000, which is up here, and it won't fault out the VFD. So this is 4 to 20 milliamps. If you want, that would also be, let's see.
0 to 5.
0 to 5 is actually going to be 0 to 31206.
Oh.
How you like that?
I'm definitely gonna need a copy of this sent out on Blackboard.
Because it's so pretty?
Yes,
Frame it.
it is beautiful.
So it's 0 to 5 volts. Is that what you said? Or was it 4 to 5?
Yeah, so this is 0 to 5 volts.
Oh, okay.
Those are your numbers, and this is milliamps, obviously. Did we have a 0 to 10 volt something on there? I think the distance sensor was, but we're not using that. If you were doing 0 to 10, it would also be 0 to 31206. Why would that be?
Because you put your settings in there so it recognizes.
That's
And
right.
it just adjusts.
That's right. So when we set up this channel on the card, remember we had that configurations tab?
Oh, yeah.
If
What's the
one was 0 to
configuration?
5 and one, huh?
What's the configuration again?
For what?
PLC.
All of it?
No.
Let me start over? All right, let's start over. I'll pull up a new one.
All right. Is this gonna take another hour?
All right, we're 20 minutes past 11. Thanks for hanging out this long. I'll see most of you or all of you back tomorrow, and we'll try to figure out what in the world we're going to do for that class.
I know one thing you're gonna do for that class is give me, Brad, and Jacob straight A's.
What's it worth to you?
We finished our trainer as well, so
Me,
Yeah, but
Brad,
add our group into that because we figured out how to use that VFD. So
me and Brady will take a C, and Luke will take whatever you give him.
I'll take a B.
You can't prove it to me. I appreciate your honesty, though, Nathan.
Oh,
you saw ours up and running. You just said that we need to make it more like advanced.
Yeah, I was
But it
running.
did
You had like a motor and a light on there.
We had
See,
3.
all we needed to get that.
And you
We
had
got
the
our
biggest
PLC
trainer on there.
We had everything but the
We
mag.
got it running.
Reading out of it.
Like that's no one else had a VFD. So honestly,
That's
We had
not
a
true.
VFD
Brad
on the
wired one in.
Okay. All right. What does VFD stand for?
variable frequency device.
Drive.
What?
That's a drive. Is it device or drive?
I was gonna give
Hey,
you.
I had the variable frequency though. I had it.
A better question would be to
Does your
ask
hat
him
say titties?
how does it use PWM?
All right.
What is PWM?
What?
Anybody?
PWM?
What is PWM?
We
Pulse
don't do any
modulation.
Also modulation.
We've all played Fallout.
PNID.
Bro, we could hold class in Fallout
Yeah.
76.
Straight A's.
Oh,
Everybody just gets A's.
All right.
I'm good with that.
Everybody had enough for one day?
I just got one last question.
What? Where'd you go?
Number 6. It's what is it? It's 1769 dash what?
I'm not going to answer that question until you turn your video on and put that mask back on.
One second. I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. One second.
Kenzie, what was module 1?
Hey,
which one?
there you go.
Which one? Oh no, let me fix it.
All right. Which module were you talking about?
Module number 6. Is it? It's 1769 dash what?
OF2. Yeah, I'll show you.
All right.
The same as module 5.
Can you see it?
Yeah. Module 1. All right.
Is that K332?
What are you talking about?
The top one, module 1.
IQ 32.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was all wrong. I'm like, alrighty.
It's all right, Nathan. You're in Oklahoma. It's to be expected.
All
Kinsey,
good.
stop
Other
texting the
questions?
group chat. No, we're good.
All right.
Good.
What? I guess I've gone past the time for putting those CNC laps on there.
Guess we'll have to do it next week.
What's my? No, I'll put them on there. What's my new deadline?
Next week.
Do you want to get to him, man? John, he was asking what his new timeline is.
New timeline.
Yeah, he said he went past his timeline to put the.
Don's in the
Oh.
chat.
Oh, yeah, we
Don
are.
did.
Oh, I totally forgot I even set a timeline. Wow, sorry. I'm getting tired.
What's his new timeline?
Let's see, it's 11:25. Let's say it should be up by 11:32. That's a full 7 minutes.
All right, I'll get them on there.
Thanks, Dad.
Okay.
It's actually, did you not read the username? It's not Dad, it's Big Daddy.
Big Daddy.
God.
Yeah, thanks, Big Daddy.
Get it right.
What do you want my nickname?
Don just KK'd me in the chat. Don't do that, Don. That's funny. KK. What a white girl.
What do you want my nickname to be?
What?
Oh, I like Big Daddy.
This is fine.
Yeah, Big Daddy's great.
Oh, remember when you guys were downstairs in those first year classes and we did the nickname thing? What was my nickname?
I don't remember doing nicknames.
The only class I had you in downstairs, you bailed for 75% of it.
Yeah, I had you only as like a substitute for like the first few weeks downstairs.
I had you for residential, but we didn't do nicknames in residential.
You let us all down, Zach.
All right, I got a good one.
Oh boy.
Ready?
Ready.
Bam.
Wow. What a great.
So
That's
original.
beautiful.
It's so great.
Whoa.
How about this one?
Oh dear.
One? No? You don't like that one?
I don't know who Carl Poppins is.
This is Tiger King.
You ever seen that movie?
No.
Oh, you were born in
Yes,
what,
Dom. Yes,
96?
Dom. That's what we're doing.
97. Oh, Mary Poppins. I know Mary Poppins. Is that no?
Ooh. Now we're getting somewhere. How about this one?
Oh,
Extra credit if you know where that comes from.
Nope.
my name.
I can't even see the.
Hold.
Wait, Brady.
Yeah.
First
What's
minute,
the-
right?
Wow, Brady. Pretty classy up in here.
There you go.
Oh man, that's ringing a bell. Hey Natasha, what movie is that from? His name was Robert. His name
Paulson.
was Robert.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Robert what?
Paulson.
Paulson?
Yeah.
Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson. Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr.
I thought
Brady, stop it.
No, Brady, keep going. Keep it going. How do you change your?
Hey, hello everyone.
There's my
Hi.
kid. 2 of the
Hi,
5.
John's family.
They're not shy. They're a pain in the
You're
ass.
not shy.
Yes, yes.
Oh, hi, Jake.
No, how's it going, Jake?
Dusty.
It's muted.
You're muted.
Jake, you're mute. Yeah.
There we go.
There
I'm
you
back.
Gotta change that.
I just been working away. Just.
Hey, wait a second now. Hey, wait a second now.
Hey, wait. Hey, Brad, what's up?
Hey, Brad. Hey, Brad, I got a question.
Take it easy for a minute. We're finishing up this.
Which one? Because apparently we
How
have
much wood could a woodchuck
Oh, you
chuck?
just
Woodchuck could.
There you go.
as much wood as a woodchuck could if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
John?
Make my meatloaf.
All right, girls. Bring it down
I don't know
now.
what you expect. You guys
You know,
are. Yeah. You've
just
been quiet for too long.
you'll be all right. Got like
Had
5
people
minutes.
Interaction. What do you expect? You have people interaction. Now they're capitalizing. No, we don't have that.
Jacob.
Luke, Jake, Dom, don't you have like a video game mic?
Yeah, or like a iPhone headphones. What I'm using, like old ones.
I don't need to buy.
Same here.
Yeah, like it works just
What do you
fine.
need, John? What do you got?
I sent you some pictures. I remade that. Hey, girls, come on. I remade that stand in treated wood, and then I haven't touched anything else.
All right, are we done here?
But
Yeah, I
I'll
think
send
we're
you
done.
some pictures. Probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock tonight when I get up.
Sounds good. I'm out.
Zach's,
See you guys.
so yeah,
All right,
Zach's new
Later,
name
Jake.
is just inappropriate.
Huh? What's inappropriate?
Zach's
His
name.
name. Is that
Oh.
inappropriate?
That's kind of fitting.
All right, I'm off to you guys. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you guys tomorrow.
Keep it
Let me know if
classy.
you have any other questions.
No, the questions.
I think I'm good. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later.
Okay, now that he's gone. No, I'm kidding. It's funny. Oh, see, the real one stayed. The real one
Everyone
stayed.
stare at Tyler. Oh, he left.
Damn it. That's funny.
Why is that?
Yep. See you.